This is Dr. Sivakant Pathak once more to teach you physics, a new topic, that is motion in 2 dimension and 3 dimension. Here when we see motion in 2 dimension and 3 dimension, actually this topic I am taking just after motion in 1 dimension. First of all, we want to see the physical quantities. Physical quantities. On basis of magnitude and direction, physical quantities are divided into 2 parts. One is called scalar quantities, whereas another is called vector quantities. So physical quantities are divided into 2 categories. The physical quantities are such as area, length, velocity, etc. The physical quantities divided on parameter of magnitude and direction is divided into 2 categories, in which the first is scalar quantities. A scalar quantity are those physical quantities which are represented by magnitude only, such as area, volume, speed. When we represent physical quantities such as area, volume, speed, only magnitude is required to explain how much area is, how much volume is this, what is speed, what is length, breadth, height. These quantities are come under the category of scalar quantities. Number 1. So only magnitude is required to explain the physical quantity like area, volume, speed, length, breadth, height, etc. is a scalar quantity. Second quantity is vector quantity. Vector quantity which is represented by magnitude and direction both. When a physical quantity is dependent on its magnitude and direction both, then it is called a vector quantity. Such as example, we are going to take velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Speed is a scalar quantity. If speed is given 20 km per hour, it means is travel 20 km in 1 hour. The speed determines the distance travel in unit time. So 20 km per hour speeds 20 km distance travel in 1 hour. Whereas if velocity is 20 km per hour, it means is travel 20 km in 1 hour in desired direction, north, south, east, west, or any angle made by these directions. So if direction with magnitude is there, then it is called vector quantity. Velocity, momentum, force, torque, etc. are coming under this category. So when you want to explain the quantities like velocity, momentum, force and torque, like such type of a quantity, then the both is required. What both? The first one is magnitude and second one is direction. Whereas in a scalar quantity, only one term, magnitude, is required. So there is one contradiction between scalar quantity and vector quantity, and this contradiction must be clear in mind of you. When we take an example of electric current, like vector quantity, which is represented by I. Electric current has magnitude and direction. The electric current has both magnitude and direction, but it is not vector quantity. So it has both magnitude and direction. The electric physical quantity, that is electric current, represented by I, measured in ampere, is not a vector quantity, although it has a magnitude and direction both. So here is required to little change in the concept of vector quantity. A quantity is said to be vector quantity only and only if it has a magnitude, direction, and follows all the operations of vector. See, what is the operations of a vector? Fundamental operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. See, these four fundamental operations, which addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of a vector quantity, is different from a scalar quantity. So here in the electric current, the vector rules are not followed. Its ordinary algebraic rules or mathematical rule may say follow in the case of electric current. That is why electric current is not a vector quantity. It must be clear to everybody. So some are the quantities are available which have a magnitude and a direction both, but they are not in the category of vector quantity because they are not following the rules, fundamental operation rules of vector quantities. It must be clear to everybody. It's clear? Okay. We are going in a new topic. Representation of vector quantities. See how a vector quantity is represented. See carefully. A vector quantity is represented by arrow. Like this. Tell having a head. Arrow. The length of arrow represents magnitude and head of arrow represents direction. So this is length. Suppose this is a vector A and it is represented by vector. ऊपर a small notation of the arrow. Its length represent magnitude of it, while head represents direction. So be careful. This is for direction in which this goes, and length represents the arrow. If we draw two vector here, vector A which is represented by this symbol and vector B by this symbol. See, both vector in the same direction, but A has a smaller length than B, so we can say that vector A is smaller than vector B. See carefully here in this. So comparison is here between the two vector A and B, in which the directions are the same, but magnitudes is a different. Two vector can be said equal only if both have same magnitude and lies in same direction. We can write here two vector can be said equal only if both have same magnitude and lies in a direction. So it must be clear to everybody. Now we are going to see the fundamental operations of these vector quantities. So we are going to take the first operation of this, plus of a vector, addition of vector quantities. See carefully, while we addition of the vector quantity, we are knowing that for adding minimum two quantities are required. More than two quantity may also possible, but minimum two vector quantities required. So first of all we are going to see for two vector quantities. So for addition, minimum two quantities required in the case required. So first of all these two quantities, for it there is a two method level. First is method of triangle. Method of a triangle. This addition of two vectors by the method of a triangle we will understand by taking an example. Let us, we have a two vector quantities A and B. Vector A and vector B. See, this is vector A and it is vector B, and we want to add it by the method of triangle. So see very careful to see the addition of these two vector quantities by the method of triangle. In adding in the case, first of all we draw vector first, that is the vector A. If you want to add vector A and B, vector A of same size and same direction A, and from the head of start draw vector B of same magnitude in the same direction. From the tail of vector 1, that is vector A, to head of the second vector, vector B, join. So A to B is called resultant vector. It is vector sum of, it is called vector sum of vector A plus vector B. Length of this vector R denotes the magnitude of a resultant vector, and arrow represents direction. See carefully some mathematical formula. Let resultant vector make angle alpha with first vector here in this case, let second vector B makes angle theta with vector 1 A. Here is a mathematical formula we will obtain by this. Here in the case, taking some name here, P, Q, R is here, so S and T. So by this formula, the mathematical formula for the vector is this only. Vector R is equal to vector A plus vector V. Here in the case, this is, so by drawing this diagram, measuring the size of PS is the magnitude and its direction is, its arrow is P to S is the direction. See carefully. But mathematically formula to calculate the resultant vector R is by this, see in a triangle P, T, S. In a triangle PTS, this is right angle triangle, see in it. Using Pythagoras theorem, it is PS square is equal to PT square plus TS square. This implies that PS square is equal to PT. In place of PT we can write PQ plus QT. See in the diagram, PQ plus QT is equal to PT whole square plus TS square. Again, this is, open the bracket, PQ square plus Q2 square plus 2 PQ QT plus TS square. See carefully, we obtain by this formula PQ square, this is A plus B by A plus B whole square formula expansion of this, and it is TS square. Now see, we are going to arrange it in the way PQ square plus QT square plus TS square plus 2 PQ into QT. See, this arrange in one side. See here in the diagram, QT square plus TS square, see in the right angle triangle. It is a Pythagoras theorem again using here in the case. In place of this underlined term, we can write QS square plus 2 PQ into QT. See very carefully. Here in the case, what formula we have used? We have used QS square is equal to QT square plus TS square. Here in this right angle, small right angle triangle formula. Here is on the left hand side, here is PS square is available. Now see, here one more underlined term I am going to take. Here is a PQ, QT. See the QT here. QT. We want to change the value of a QT here. So I am going to take, remain as it is, and we are going to take second underlined term QT in triangle QTS. See, it is for angle theta, QT is a base. QT by QS is equal to cos theta, base by hypotenuse in the triangle. Or we can write QT is equal to QS cos theta. Let this is equation number 2 and this is equation number 3. Putting the value of QT in equation number 2, putting the value of qt in equation number 2 we have. See carefully, here in the case PS square is equal to PQ square plus QS square plus 2PQ into, in place of QT we are going to write QS cos theta here in the case. Now see in the diagram, compare with this PS is resultant vector R. Now see, second one is a PQ. PQ is the vector A. QS vector B. Similarly, it is 2PQ is A, QS is B, cos theta. See the formula. R resultant vector R is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. See, this is the important mathematical formula to obtain the resultant vector mathematically by this formula. Otherwise, by vector diagram also we can obtain by exact diagram and measuring the distance. By both way we can obtain the correct magnitude and direction. The direction is alpha, making an angle alpha. The resultant is making an alpha with the vector 1. So here in this case, when we are going to see the direction of resultant R, so we are going to take for this mathematical formula triangle PTS. This is the right angle triangle PTS. We are going to see, calculate tan alpha in this case. Tan alpha means perpendicular by base. Perpendicular to is ST and base is PT. This is ST by PT. PT again can be written as PQ plus QT. So this implies that tan alpha is equal to ST by PQ plus QT. QT we have obtained as QS cos theta. ST. Now see here it is required ST to obtain. See ST how can we obtain? ST can be obtained in triangle. See in this box. In triangle QST, this right angle triangle, right angled at T, ST by QS is equal to sin theta. This implies that ST is equal to QT sin theta. So here when you obtain tan alpha, the ST can be replaced by QT. ST can be replaced by QT, not QT, QS it is. This is QS sin theta because hypotenuse is QS here by PQ plus QS cos theta. So this implies that tan alpha is equal to QS. QS is a vector B. B sin theta by PQ is a vector A plus Q is vector B cos theta. This is formula to calculate the direction of a resultant vector. So we have a two important formula here available. One is this, second is this. The first one is to determine the this resultant of addition of a two vector where Second formula is to calculate the direction of a resultant vector. The adding of these two vectors can also be done by method of parallelogram. Method of parallelogram. See the method of parallelogram, how two vectors are added with the method of parallelogram. In the first we have shown by the method of a triangle. To understand the second method, we are going to take help of the same example which I have taken in the case of method of a triangle, in which two vector A and B, same these two vector we will select here. In method of a parallelogram, see carefully everybody, we will draw vector A first of all, just as it is. In the first method, second vector we have started from the head of first vector, but here in the case of method of parallelogram, we will start a second vector B from the tail of first vector. Here in the case. Now, at the end of vector B, we will draw a line parallel to the vector A. Parallel to the vector A. And from the head of vector first vector, end of the vector A, we will draw another line parallel to the second vector. See, these two lines were cut from the tail of first two vector. Draw here towards here it. This is the resultant vector R. See carefully. The angle between both vector is represented by theta in the first case A and B. So here also we will take a same angle theta, and the resultant vector R makes with vector first vector A angle alpha. So here this resultant vector will take this angle alpha here in the case. See similar things, similar calculations are here available. In vector notation, vector R can be represented by vector A plus vector B. Here in the vector notation formula. In the case, resultant vector we can obtain by this diagonal of length of diagonal represents the magnitude of vector R, and this arrow represents the direction. Clear to everybody? Our angle measured is shown a direction with the vector A. And for mathematical calculation we will utilize the same formula. R square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta here in the case. And direction by same previous formula tan alpha is B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. See carefully, the similar formula can be utilized and we have obtained by the method of a triangle here in the case. But a diagram is different from this. So here parallelogram is formed and here triangle is formed. So very carefully we will add according to the desired any one of the method we can select, but mathematical formula are similar. See one more thing. See in the mathematics, this resultant is under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So resultant is depend on three factor here: magnitude of vector 1, magnitude of vector B, and angle of cosine between the both vector. So three parameter determines the resultant. What these three parameters are? Magnitude of first vector A, magnitude of second vector B, and cosine of angle between both. So see, we are going to see some special cases by this formula. Under this case, special case number 1. angle between both vector is 0. It means theta is equal to 0. This implies that cos 0 is 1. So r square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. This implies that r square is equal to a plus b whole square. This total implies that vector r resultant is a plus b. A plus b. It means if 0 degrees means both vector in the same directions, so its resultant is just like as a scalar plus mathematical plus of both. Very careful. See, if angle theta is 90 degree, means both vector A is perpendicular to vector B. In this case, cos 90 degree, cos 90 is 0. In that case, r square is equal to a square plus b square. This implies that r is equal to under root a square plus b square. See carefully. Third, if angle between both vector is 180, that is both vectors are opposite to each other. See carefully in this case. Vector A is suppose in the direction of plus x-axis. So in that condition the vector B will be in the direction of minus x-axis. In this case, cosine 180 degrees minus 1, then resultant formula is equal to a square plus b square becomes minus 2ab. So it is r square is equal to a minus b whole square. This implies that r is equal to a minus b. In that condition, the resultant is just like as a mathematical difference of both magnitude. In the case, when we analyze all three cases, in the first case where both are in the same direction, that is making angle 0 degree, is a mathematical sum. 90 degree under root a square plus b square, and here in the case just opposite differences of both. In all three cases, the first cases when is in the direction same direction, our angle is 0, has a maximum magnitude. Maximum magnitude is possible only when both vectors are in same direction, and for minimum must be in exact opposite, not opposite, exact opposite. That is 180 degree between both angle. Here in the case, theta is a 0 degree, minima and maxima. It's clear?